It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Washington Commanders, and it's coming up next.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C.
Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
.22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance.
And off we go in our nation's capital. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Commanders making their way out. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Right to the air is Daniels.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll motion McLaurin left. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 11.
First run now for Kyron Williams.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. It's caught on the right side. Williams. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Quan Martin there on the tackle.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
He'll let this go for Adams.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at the 45. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8. Now Daniels. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
To throw is Daniels.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play action. Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
At the 46. Now Stafford.
He's going to find Atwell open downfield.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Again, it's Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now Stafford. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To the air again, Stafford.
Throws left side, Atwell's got it.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. We're scoreless after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the Washington offense going back to work.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin the drive with Robinson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
This 2nd and 4. To the air goes Daniels.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Daniels looking to throw.
This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Daniels.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Deebo Samuel
from 17 yards out.
And Washington has taken the lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals. as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. In motion goes the tight end. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Now it's Stafford.
That's caught. Puka Nacua.
And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg.
Going to be taken in here by Nacua.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
Open man is Atwell. Complete.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21.
A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in.
Sean McVay unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nacua.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That is caught. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Stafford looks to throw again. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Davante Adams from 3 yards out.
And the Rams have retaken the lead.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Point after here coming up. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Here's Daniels.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Daniels.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
To throw is Daniels.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Gay is on for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Dorrance Armstrong. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And that's complete to Adams.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Tutu Atwell.
47 yards.
And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. To the air goes Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Quick slant to Brown. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Here's Stafford. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
In motion, the tight end. Back to throw, Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Williams is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Washington ready to try again on offense.
They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold it a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And, boy, he did it there.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing now is Daniels.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Off the option, here's Robinson.
And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 17. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he fends him off.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Daniels looking to throw.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this fourth quarter. Robinson up the middle.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. L.A. readies for its next possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
To throw is Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 42-yard line. Play action. Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Commanders are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Washington offense back out there. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels over the middle, complete to Samuel. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Samuel in motion. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
13 yards there and a Washington 1st.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Open man is the tight end, John Bates.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
John Bates,
42 yards.
And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Gay is on for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10.
Now Stafford.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Stafford.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Again, it's Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From their own 40 to the other 40, the gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Now Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's 2nd and 3.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
The left side throw complete to Adams. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Puka Nacua.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Extra point right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now Washington.
Down 31-28. A little over 80 ticks to go. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Here's 1st and 10.
He's back to throw.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try from the 14 on 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
Zach Ertz has it complete. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Now it's Stafford. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So it's the Rams who are going to get the football first as we are back underway here in overtime. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Throwing is Stafford. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here comes the Rams punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. That's taken on the 25. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Commanders' offense set to take over. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Daniels looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
To the air goes Daniels. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Daniels.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They are in field goal range. 3 points now would win it. Here's 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.